He who obeys the messenger has obeyed Allah. He who obeys the messenger has obeyed Allah. مَن يُطِعِ الرَّسُولَ فَقَدْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهِ. So how can a person say that, no, I don't believe in hadith, I only believe in the Qur'an? No, the people who passed the Qur'an on to us are the same people who passed on the teachings of the messenger to us also. But those who turn away, we have not sent you over them as a guardian. And they say, we pledge obedience. But when they leave you, a group of them spend the night determining to do other than what you say. Meaning they disobey the clear orders of the Prophet. But Allah records what they plan by night. Meaning even when alone a person disobeys Allah, then who is watching? Who is recording? Everything is being written. So leave them alone and rely upon Allah. And sufficient is Allah as disposer of affairs. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ. Then do they not reflect upon the Qur'an? They should. Why don't they? They should reflect more and more and more. Endlessly. Why? Because the person can never have enough of reflecting on the Qur'an. Because each time he reflects on the Qur'an, what does he see? What does she observe? What does she notice? Her own mistakes. Areas where she needs improvement. If it had been from any other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction. And when there comes to them information about public security or fear, they spread it around. Meaning some people, what do they like to do? Spread troubling news. That's what they like to do. On WhatsApp, on Facebook, everywhere. Just spread fear. Fear. So that people just get overly concerned about the particular bug that has come in Africa now and that will affect us. Or, some kind of person who's doing a strange thing somewhere in the world. Completely different place in the world. How is that even affected to us? How is that even related to us? It's not related to us. But what happens? People like to talk about these things. Why? Just to create some excitement. When there comes to them information about public security or fear, they spread it around. But if they had referred it back to the messenger or to those of authority among them, then the ones who can draw correct conclusions from it would have known about it. Many times it happens that such emails, such messages are forwarded, they're shared, and then later on somebody says, this is not true information. And if not for the favor of Allah upon you and His mercy, you would have followed shaitan except for a few. The thing is that shaitan likes for us to be lost in unimportant, unnecessary things. Because when our time goes in unnecessary things, then we don't have time to remember Allah. Think about it. If the whole time on our phone we are just copying, pasting, forwarding messages, emails, which are completely unrelated to our lives, and we are filling the emails of other people, and then later on we find out that that news was not true. That piece of information was not correct. It's not based on any research. What have we done? We have wasted 15 minutes of ours, 15 minutes of somebody else, and 15 minutes of 30 people who read that. How many human hours is that? Think about it. How many human hours is that? We are depriving ourselves from khair when we indulge in these useless things. So fight, O Prophet, in the cause of Allah. You are not held responsible except for yourself. And encourage the believers to join you. وَحَرِّضِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. That perhaps Allah will restrain the military might of those who disbelieve. And Allah is greater in might and stronger in exemplary punishment. مَن يَشْفَعْ شَفَاعَةً حَسَنَةً يَكُنْ لَهُ نَصِيبٌ مِّنْهَا. Whoever intercedes for a good cause will have a reward therefrom. Meaning even if he did not do it himself, but he just requested for somebody. He made a good request. And then that person was able to do something good. Then what will happen? He will also get some reward. And whoever intercedes for an evil cause will have a burden therefrom. And ever is Allah over all things a keeper. وَإِذَا حُيِّيتُمْ بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا. And when you are greeted with a greeting, greet in return with one better than it, or at least return it. When somebody says salam to you, then respond to that salam. How? In the like manner. But what would be better? That you make the response even better. But bare minimum is what? That at least respond to the greeting. Indeed, Allah is ever over all things an accountant. And He's also keeping count of who says salam, who initiates it, who responds to it, and who does not respond to it, and how does he respond to it. In a hadith we learned that As-salam is a name from the names of Allah, which Allah has placed in the earth. Therefore, O people, spread it amongst yourselves. How should we spread the name of Allah, As-salam, amongst ourselves? How? By saying, As-salamu alaykum. Meaning, may the peace of As-salam be on you. When a person says the salam to a people and they respond to him, then he has a rank above them, for he reminded them of it. So one is the person who initiates the salam. He says, Assalamu alaikum. And now the others respond to him. Now of the two, whose level is higher? The one who initiated the greeting. Why? Because he said salam, because of which the others had to say salam. He reminded them. And if they did not respond to him, then those better and purer than them respond to the greeting of as-salam. Because sometimes it happens that we'd say salam, but nobody responds to the greeting. Then we say, you know what, next time I'm not saying salam to these people. No, say it anyway. Why? Because if the people did not respond to you, someone pure and better responded to us. Abu Umama reported that the Prophet ﷺ said that Allah is responsible for three. That if they live, they will have enough. And if they die, they will enter the garden. Allah Almighty is responsible for whoever enters His house saying peace. Meaning of these three people is who? The one who enters his house saying salam. In another hadith we learned that the most stingy person is the one who is stingy in salam. Stingy with respect to what? Saying the salam. Either in saying it first or in responding to it. Because this could be in both ways. That we enter the house and we're so stingy that we don't even say salam to the people who are in the house. Or somebody enters the house, they say salam. And we're so stingy, we're busy in our computer, in our kitchen, cooking, that we don't even say wa alaikum as-salam. This is stinginess.